Hello, St. Andrew. This is Jerry Harrington, Mr. H, coming to you with a screencast about our home sessions. This is part of a series of videos I'm doing about the new family faith formation program here at St. Andrews that we have adopted this year in substitution of what used to be religious education. So let's talk family faith formation in general for a minute, and then home sessions in particular. What is family faith formation? Well, it's, as I said, a new way of doing what we used to call religious education for our elementary school-aged parishioners and their families, especially those getting ready for sacraments, First Reconciliation and First Holy Communion. The biggest difference is that this program is family-based. So everything is done as a family. We're going to insert a whole lot more Catholicism into your house and into your family, and you're going to do this together. No more classrooms of children separated, but rather just families staying together, growing in faith together. Now, we do that with two kinds of sessions. On the one hand, there are church sessions in which we will gather together in the church twice a month, either in person or during these strange pandemic times. About half of you have decided to gather virtually through a live stream video on our parish Facebook page. There is another video that gives both an overview of what church sessions are and what they're about, as well as an example instructional video on how those of you staying at home for church sessions should do your church session work and participate with us through the magic of technology. But for this video, we're going to focus our attention on home sessions. What are home sessions and how do they work and what are they about? As you can see, they are doing the content. So our home sessions are where our children are going to get their lessons, their content, the book stuff, the curriculum, if you want to use a fancy term for it. So there are three kinds of curriculum or book stuff or content that we call content programs. And about a third of our children are in each of these different program contents. And it's important that you understand the difference between these content programs so that you do the right things online when it comes time for turning in your home sessions. So those content programs include the Loved program. Those are for our first years, for our first year students, for the kids beginning their journey to First Holy Communion. Remember, it takes 2 years, 2 school years to receive the sacraments. That is a rule of our diocese, of our bishop. And so our Loved content program is for the first year students. And of course, there is a content program for our second year students that is called Blessed. Our Blessed kids are those preparing to receive Reconciliation and First Holy Communion this year. And finally, of course, our third are those who are post-communion, who have already received First Holy Communion, but come back to us so they can continue to grow in faith while they wait for confirmation preparation to begin in high school. So there is Loved for first years, Blessed for second years, and Formed for our post-communion kids. Each one of these content programs has their own materials, their own content that we ask children to participate in. Moreover, our Family Faith Formation program is organized into family crews. Those are groups of families that journey together through the formation process through the years. The family crews, named after the fruits of the Holy Spirit, are corresponded to the content programs. So our Loved crews are the Peace crew, Patience crew, faithfulness crew, and self-control crew. So if you're in one of those 4 family crews, then you know that you have at least one child in loved in their first year with us. Then we have our blessed crews. The goodness crew, gentleness crew, generosity crew, and modesty crews are the family crews that are blessed, that have children preparing for First Holy Communion this year. And then we have our formed crews. The joy crew, kindness crew, charity crew, and chastity crews are all the children who are post First Holy Communion and who have come back to us for ongoing formation, not preparation for any specific sacrament. Now, I have a series of questions that you might be asking me at this point. The first one, of course, is, are you asking me to be a teacher or a Catholic expert? In other words, my parents might feel like, oh, wait a minute, now I have to teach? Hasn't this pandemic given me enough teaching responsibility already? Certainly, if you're doing online school at home, I know how it can feel that way. But my answer to you is a resounding no. You do not have to be an expert at all things Catholicism. You don't really have to be a teacher. You don't have to make lesson plans or work with a textbook. I have chosen materials that are very user-friendly, that are not academic. We have no textbooks involved in this program. We have some workbooks, we have videos, we have some wonderful activity pages that your children will have fun completing with your help. The one thing we do ask is that we do ask you to do these home sessions with your children. Remember, this is family faith formation, not individual study. So we do ask for at least one adult to work with the kids during their home sessions to inject more of that faith into the family. And if you have any questions that you can't answer, that kids sometimes come up with interesting questions, then jot them down. You could always include them in your turn-in or send me an email or ask me at the next church session, and we can talk about those things. When do we do these home sessions? Oops, I made my head a little too big. When do we do these home sessions? Well, basically, whenever works for your family. With the asterisk, notice that asterisk there. Each month, we will assign you a certain number of home sessions. Usually it'll be 2. Sometimes it'll be 3, especially for our blessed families starting off with their first reconciliation lessons. But oftentimes it'll be 2. And for some, like our formed post-communion kids, it might just be 1 because the lessons might be a little bit bigger. So, but each month we assign you a certain number of home sessions and we ask you to do them by the monthly deadline that is on your calendar. That is generally the last Friday of the month, except for a couple of holiday months. So we ask you to do them whenever. Now, also on the web pages that you'll be going to complete these lessons, there will be suggested times and dates for you to do them. And the reason that I put those there is just as a reminder that because we gather for church sessions on the first and third weeks of most months, it might be a good idea for you to do your home sessions on the second and fourth weeks of each month, just to keep it easy, so that every week you have the same 1 hour set aside and you do a home lesson or you come to a church session, and that's your time to do family faith formation each month. But again, those are suggested times, not requirements, but we do ask that you get them in within the month they are assigned by the home session deadline. Participation in these home sessions will be tracked. We will be reading your answers. That's part of why we have catechist companions assigned to your family crew, and we'll be in touch if you're having troubles or if you're not turning in your home sessions. Finally, how do we do these home sessions? What do they look like? What are they about? Well, by watching some other videos. This video is just an overview about, in general, what they are, but not specifically what you'll be doing, because each of the content programs for our first year, our second year, and our post-communion kids are so very different and unique. I didn't want to waste a lot of time in this video showing you things that aren't relevant to you. So what you're going to do is go find the instructional video for your content program for your family crew and watch that so that you can learn exactly how to do each of your home sessions. So where do you find these instructional videos? There will be a web page on our website, www.standrewrcc.org, or very easily you can Google St. Andrew Cape Coral, St. Andrew Cape Coral, to find that very website. Also, I will also be putting all of these videos on our parish's YouTube channel. If you just go to YouTube and search St. Andrew Cape Coral, that will pull up our St. Andrew Church channel on YouTube, and all the videos will be listed there under a watch list. So those are the two places you can find the specific instructions for how to do your home videos. But this has been just sort of an overview and introduction to what home sessions are. In general, you will go to your crew's webpage, you will click some links or read some pages from the workbooks that we gave you, and then you will open what I'm calling a digital turn-in, which is basically a Google form online, but you'll open the digital turn-in for that home session and then submit that to us, and that will be delivered then to us in the office as well as to your catechist companion, so that we can keep on top of everything and help you if you need any help. I hope this video helps to kind of give you an understanding of home sessions and what they're about. I look forward to receiving your digital turn-in submissions and seeing what wonderful faith lessons you have there in your homes. Thank you so much.